Hi there, welcome to Newsround. We've got all your top stories covered. Coming up today, what did this? Were there really tornadoes in the UK this morning?
Stay tuned and I'll tell you what I'm most scared about when I'm playing outside.
But first, loads of you had a miserable, wet and windy journey to school this morning. And if you lived in some parts of the country, you might have experienced some pretty wild winds too. Loads of people in Farnborough, Luton, Northampton and Nuneaton said they saw tornadoes ripping through their towns. But experts aren't so sure what happened. Just what's going on with the weather in the UK this year? We've had floods, more floods, but were there tornadoes today? This morning, winds reaching 60 miles an hour caused damage in lots of different places across the UK.
I went into my oldest son's bedroom to make sure he had his window shut because he usually has it wide open. And within the process of me shutting the window, it actually hit and there was just a huge amount of noise, and my two younger sons in the back bedroom were shouting basically that the garage roofs have gone, and within a matter of seconds it was all pretty much over with.
Another man said the sky went black before tiles were blown into cars. Bricks and tiles were tossed into the air and trees were knocked down. But when do strong winds turn into tornadoes? And is that really what people experienced this morning?
It's too early to say whether it was definitely a tornado. It may well have been a squall line. What's a squall line? Well, it's a very angry weather front. It's when the atmosphere gets really, really vicious over a large space. The winds really whip up and there's a marked change in wind direction that can throw things around.
The fact is, it's hard to know what happened. Whether the damage was caused by normal winds or something bigger and stronger, it still left a lot of mess that the emergency crews in different parts of the country are busy clearing up. On to more top stories, and India have just won cricket's 2020 World Cup. They were playing their great rivals Pakistan in the final and beat them by just 5 runs in an exciting finish. Forklift truck drivers from all over the world have been taking part in their World Championships in Germany. They might not be the fastest vehicles around, but forklift trucks are pretty powerful. The organisers say it's a serious event, not just a bit of fun. But so far, there are no plans for the sport to be part of the Olympics. And meet Mick, who might look like a small polar bear, but is in fact a very rare white koala. He was really ill and couldn't see properly when he was found by police officers over in Australia. But now, after having some treatment, he's feeling loads better. Just as well because there are only a handful of white koalas in the whole of Australia. It's 5:31. Next, it looks like another animal disease has hit the UK. This one's called blue tongue, and it's affected a cow in Suffolk. This is the first time the disease has ever appeared in this country, and vets are now doing tests to see if it's spread to other animals. Meanwhile, farmers in the southeast of England are still waiting to find out if a different disease called foot and mouth is spreading too. Adam's been checking it all out. Adam.
Thanks, Lizo. Well, this is a scary time for farmers because there seem to be 2 different diseases affecting animals at the moment. First of all, there's foot and mouth. This month there have been several cases of it in Surrey in southeast England. Lots of cows have had to be put down to stop other animals from catching it. And farmers haven't been allowed to move their livestock around the country, which has a really bad effect on their businesses. Everyone's now got their fingers crossed that there won't be any new cases of foot and mouth. But now farmers in Suffolk are worried about a disease we've never had in this country before, called blue tongue. The UK's first ever case of blue tongue disease was found in a Highland cow on this farm. The cow had to be put down. Blue tongue affects cows, sheep, goats and even llamas, and it causes big ulcers on their mouths. The disease is spread by midges. They bite an infected animal and pass the disease onto other ones. Blue tongue's been a big problem in Africa for a while, but recently it spread into Europe and now it's hit the UK. There are now very tight restrictions on who can go onto the farm, as government vets do tests to see if any other animals have got blue tongue. If they have, then the experts have to work out how to stop it from spreading. That could be quite hard, and it could make farmers' lives even more difficult. If no other animals are infected, then it means it's just a one-off case of the disease, and farmers don't have to be quite so worried. So there's lots of work being done to find out exactly what's happening with these two diseases. They're not connected, it's just really bad luck that they've hit the UK's farms at the same time. And remember, these bugs affect farm animals only. It's very, very rare for humans to catch them. Lizo.
And finally, imagine being too scared to play in the park because you're worried about being attacked by a dog. Well, press packer Jin got in touch with Newsround to say that she's terrified of dogs and wishes there was more help for kids like her.
Hi, I'm Jin and I have a huge fear of dogs. When I hear in the news about children being attacked by dogs, I always hope it never happens to me or anyone I care about. Whenever I see a dog without its owner or off a lead, I get really scared. If it starts running towards me and barking, my heart starts beating and I end up hiding behind my mum. I wish I was brave enough to play in the park by myself, but I know that I'm not the only kid scared of dogs. Even in my school, I have mates who are just as scared as me. This is Natalie and this is Belle. They visit schools to make children feel comfortable and safe around dogs. What should I do if a big scary dog comes and runs up to me?
What you need to do is be strong, ignore the dog, turn around, walk away very calmly, drop anything you're holding, cross your hands like this. You do the X factor. You got it?
Yep. Then what happens if a dog barks at me or shows its teeth?
You do the head jog. You roll yourself into a ball on the floor. The dog will become really bored and he'll go and find his owner.
Today's been great. I feel so much more confident around dogs now. I've made a new friend too. This is Jin reporting for Newsround in London. Come on, Belle, walk please.
Thanks, Jin. Well, that's it for now, but don't worry, I'll be back with another Newsround update over on the CBBC channel at 6:25. And remember, when we're not on the telly, we're always online. Check out the very latest top stories over on the Newsround website. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.